Are you awake? So, Jennifer, now do you know what a bad girl you were? Is that so? You still don't understand. Well then, I'll have you read these books. Hurry, hurry, read another story, Jennifer. And I'm gonna do these in the order of the months they occur in, just like I did in my spoiler-free walkthrough. So, Bird of Happiness, July, Mermaid Princess, August, The Goat Sister, September. Jennifer found the bird. The Bird of Happiness. This is the only one that has color, and it's just smears of red. Once a girl found a big box. The Bird of Happiness was inside. The bird would take her to Foreverland, or so she hoped. Each box was smaller than the last. In a cramped, dark space, she finally found her little bird. But it was far too little and far too late. The bird was long dead. It had met a bloody fate. The end. July 1930. The Bird of Happiness. When the unlucky girl closed the storybook, she noticed that the cold princess had entered the room. The princess said softly, "The red bird. Have you found what you're looking for? Something dear to you?" This was the only chapter without a boss. Brown. Oh. The strong-willed princess and the wise-looking princess were talking. The unlucky girl listened in. "She doesn't seem to be skittish at all, Diana." "You're right, Meg. We had better push her a little harder." "We'll discuss the details later." "Okay, let's meet at our secret place." I don't need this, but I'll take it anyway. A crimson bird feather. So now it says same thing. And then lower class, filthy Jennifer, miserable Amanda. Instead of poor Amanda and beggar Jennifer. There's nothing in here at all. Nothing in the first class guest sector. I guess this chapter is pretty confined to... the clover hallways. Even if you don't check any rooms, I do recommend at least checking the sick bay, the sick room, because there's, I mean, sometimes Hoffman diary entries, and I guess Wendy's sometimes in there. That's why I always check them even on my spoiler-free walkthrough, because there's interesting things in there sometimes. Oh wait, I wanted to go up here and exchange some items. A strange box is attached to the door. Looks like it's been repaired, though. This month's gift, Birdie of Happiness. This month's gift, Birdie of Happiness. Alright. So I'm gonna offer some stuff. Alright. I'm gonna go in here and stop at the rubbish bin. So I can pick up some food. Just because I want to do some exploring. And I might run into some imps. And I know that these doors are locked. There's nothing of interest here because we're exploring like the Cloverfield parts. It's tied tightly with rope. You'll be noticing everything being tied with rope throughout the chapters. It's tied tightly with rope. Like in the previous chapter, in the Unlucky Cloverfield, there was basically no rope. In the Sir Peter chapter, there was some rope strung around, and then there's more here. And I mean, I think there's pretty much exactly the same amount of rope in the 3 chapters, the Bird of Happiness, Goat Sisters, and Mermaid Princess, because we could do them out of order. Oh, of course she'd be in there. No, it's not here either. The red bird. Where did it go? The red bird. I guess... Oh, they want us to go here so we can see the event with the feathers first. There are bird feathers on the floor. The feathers form a trail that begs to be followed. No, we can't. Can't go that way. And if we go back upstairs, we can't go back downstairs. Because they'll block the... I think this would be the mansion equivalent of the playroom. A smoking room is not where you want the playroom to be. Yay! Did they really have to smear the sewage, like, all over the walls? Was that really necessary? Yay! I know there are marbles over here, actually. Or am I thinking about a different chapter? Strange. Whatever. The statue of an angel. Imps appear here later in the chapter, so... If you're going to look for stuff, you should do it now. I mean, we're actually gonna have to come back here anyway, because one of the imps has a knife that we want. that say on the wall? This is Wendy's room. It's Victor's room, who we never meet. Just a name for one of the other orphans, I guess. Other way. Oh, yeah, there's more in the hall. The song is so good. Like, I don't even know how they got that sound. That sound like vaguely sounds like a bird. Ooh. Good boy. Sounds like they're scraping something against the violin, but like, how do they do that without damaging it? Can't read the newspaper. Well, we're gonna get to read a newspaper in this chapter. Gonna be on a dead body. Well, not dead. She's still moving. After this. Is that blood on it? Is that how they killed the bird, by just throwing it against the wall?
Quiet. Quiet. Over here. You get along with her. No chance, not ever. She's such a pain. Just terrible. I can't stand the sight of her. Yes, she had it coming. Yes, she deserved it. Are we too cruel? Heavens, no. You're right. It's her own fault.
The laughing is very good. I don't even know what to make of this. The only thing I can think of I was about to say, like, maybe after the adults disappeared or were murdered, they didn't know what to do with the garbage, and so they just shoved it into the bathroom, and they boarded it up. Or maybe... Actually, I think Jennifer says something about that. Something about the stall being haunted or something. Something about in the Once Upon a Time chapter. It's either that or it was part of the... Because there were originally supposed to be ghosts in this game. There's some evidence that suggests that on some of the game files. I don't know. The strong-willed princess said, "Eavesdropping, eh, Jennifer? What a bad girl." The wise-looking princess said, "I know what you're doing. You're looking for the Bird of Happiness, aren't you? It's in a room nearby, but I don't remember the room number. The bird will die if we don't hurry, and that will make Eleanor cry." "No, I bet she'll be furious. She's going to go insane." "Then let's make a wager on whether she'll cry or get angry. It's a bet." That stall's dark. No more. The room is 26, and it is near the bluebird. The room that looks similar is on the other side, but you can tell it's different because the room number is 13, and if you can't see it, there's a yellow bird right here. So that's the fake room. You're gonna get trapped in there with a monster if you go in there. And I don't think there's any point in going into those rooms because there's nothing interesting anyway. Land of the Birds, population 834. There's definitely some speculation you can make about on these drawings of like, but we'll get to that. But I don't know. I think you'd probably have to reach to do this one. Like, I don't know. Maybe Eleanor came from a land that had a population of 834 people. I don't know. There's a box labeled land. $834. torn diet chart. Birdie Town Mayor's diet chart, part of it has been torn off. You can look at all these birds, but I already have them written down. What the numbers mean. Why is the shower so far from the bathroom? Nothing we can examine in here. There's a water storage tank that looks like a really fucked up 4. That looks like an 8 with a line drawn through it. Okay, but it's not gonna take up any inventory space because you're just combining it with the whatever. Diet chart. Birdie Town Mayor's diet chart. This morning's weight 124 kilograms. Labeled village 124, and I guess this relates to the mayor because he's the mayor of the village. Sketch piece. Daddy is, mummy is, the rest has been torn off. She's staring at the purple bird. There's also a purple bird, 37, but there's nothing. That's not part of the puzzle. Torn sketch. Daddy plus mummy plus daughter equals the rest has been torn off. I don't know why there are scones here. Why won't the birdie fly to me? Why does it have to be you? Stay away! I should said stay away! So I guess that's Susan's plan to get the gift of the month is to whistle so the bird flies to her. Quickly, quickly! Wow. Just one hit, huh? Torn sketch. Daddy plus mummy plus daughter equals, and we know that's 112. Daddy's the orange bird. Mummy's the green bird. And daughter is the yellow bird. So I guess if we take that, I guess that could be Eleanor's parents and her. And if she's the yellow bird, then maybe she's also the mayor? I don't know. Oh, where can it be? The bird of happiness. One, 12, and last one. Couple. It gets smaller and smaller. It's land, then village, then family, then couple, and then alone. Jennifer found news article. July 1930, Daily Flamingo. Famous couple to divorce. Failure to pay interest payments has made what should have been a good debt go awry. Sources claim that the husband Edward, first name only, borrowed another £30 from his wife Elizabeth's account. Edward and Elizabeth are planning a divorce within the year. Good thing Edward and Elizabeth aren't common names in 1930 England, or this might be confusing. And it says July 21st, 1930. So, if we're to take this literally, then it couldn't literally be Eleanor's parents. But I think this and the other stuff that we find in the chapter might suggest that she was abandoned by her parents. because they had a divorce, or they had problems with money, or something like that. Oh, where can it be? And, I find that interesting because we don't know anything about any of the orphans' parents. So I don't know how much we're supposed to take that, like, literally, like, maybe it just means that she was abandoned, or she feels that she was abandoned, or maybe she literally did have parents named Edward and Elizabeth who got a divorce because of money. And again, Martha in Clara's room. July 1930, Daily Flamingo. So we're down to 305. Husband borrows yet another £30 from wife's bank account. So 275. Before we do anything else, or well, before we finish this up, we need to get the knife. If you'd use your head, you'd have found it by now. You're such a simpleton. Just need to watch my health. Where is the one with the knife? Get off! Jeez. Right there, I see it glinting. Got it. Now, we're out of here. Oh, no, he was looking for... I still have this. Did we get everything in this chapter? Alright. Oh, and, Eleanor was in her shift because they took her dress to wrap it in the bird, as you'll see. I mean, to wrap the bird in it. I guess adding insult to injury, stealing her clothes and putting a dead bird in it. I don't know why her sock's missing, though. Alright. 275. Alone.
It wasn't me, honest.
And it's turned back to the mansion. A slip of paper is beneath the clothing. The moral, everlasting happiness. The bird of happiness. Once a girl found a big box. The bird of happiness was inside. The bird would take her to Foreverland. Oh, I guess that has something to do with the land sketch that we found, or is vaguely related, or so she hoped. Each box was smaller than the last. In a cramped, dark space, she finally found her little bird. But it was far too little and far too late. The bird was long dead. It had met a bloody fate. The end. The moral: everlasting happiness is a joke. The unlucky girl remembered the promise she made to her dear friend, and so she wrote it on the chalkboard. So she'd never forget it ever again. Everlasting